And we are live. What's up, everybody? My name is Justin from Party Rental Knowledge, and we have Ray, the video guy, here with me, and Bob Sparkles.
He's so sparkly.
Right?
I think it's the light on his bald head.
It is.
If you don't know, Ray is the video guy. He basically knows and is everything that there is video. Like, he's just really good. I don't know about like XXX video. Maybe we're not going to go there though. But Bob Sparkles here. He's basically the marketing guru, the website guru here. He's my business partner. He's that guy in the group, man. I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff without him. And without Ray either, because we're about to be coming up with something crazy today. Ray has been doing some videos in the group. He did the Foam Daddy giveaway. If you haven't seen it already, we're giving away a foam machine in the group.
Yeah, we are.
For free. And like, if you want to win it, all you gotta do is you gotta subscribe to this channel, the YouTube channel, and then fill out the short survey so we can get some information from you guys to figure out like what we can do to better serve you. And yeah, basically today's video, we want to show you like what Ray is doing for us video wise, and then how he can also do that for you. Oh,
sweet.
Before Ray goes in, I want to introduce. I've known Ray since
too long.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say how long because then that'll indicate how old I am. But I've known Ray back when YouTube was barely a thing, right, Ray?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking back to that, and when you and I first got together on things, YouTube still had that old weird background thing because I had just released a product teaching people how to create these beautiful graphics for the backgrounds of YouTube back in the old setup. So it was I don't know how long ago it's been, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, you're just not saying it because you're polite, and I appreciate you. And
I know, at least
YouTube started in 2006.
Yep, but it wasn't quite that far back, but it was at least a decade ago. At the very least. So I'm not sure if it was more than that, but tough to remember at this point.
That makes me exactly at least 10 years older than 18.
That's exactly true. Me too, unfortunately.
All right. So anyways, without further ado, Ray the video guy. Fantastic.
Woo! All right. Hold that applause. Hold that applause. Whoa, calm down. All right. So what we wanted to talk about today, because what we've got is, a couple of weeks ago we got on and we talked a little bit about YouTube and how to use YouTube and set up YouTube and have some fun with YouTube. But what I wanted to talk about today is more about content. Now, obviously, if you can create content, you want to make as much content as you can and get it out onto YouTube. And for many people, I know that's a scary thought. They don't want to get on camera. They don't want to, spend the time producing things and whatnot. But you really have to get beyond yourself and get out there and do that. But in addition to that kind of content where, maybe you're doing the live type of content, grabbing your phone, just talking about what you do, showing off what you do, maybe, going into the back and showing off all the products you have, maybe making quick little videos about all the different things that you have. This is all going to help out to really make sure that you've got the content that you need so that you can rank better on YouTube, possibly even rank on Google itself with those videos. And of course, you got content for social media and, to put on your Facebook page and wherever else it is that you like to do your social media on. Well, the thing I want to talk about today is a way that we have to create content that you can get onto your channel on a consistent basis. That's not only going to be exactly what it is, content, but it's going to help you with SEO, and it's going to help to take one of your biggest assets and turn it into something that you can market with. And what is that asset that you have? Well, it's your reputation. Your reputation is a huge asset, assuming you got a good reputation. And obviously, and I can see you guys laughing, but the reality is that's a part of all this. Is you do have to have a good reputation. And by the way, if there's a business out there that you don't have a good reputation for whatever reason, don't panic. There are ways to fix that, and we can always help you with that as well, and make sure that you're in the right position. Because the worst thing you can have is a bad reputation, rank well, and then all you're doing is advertising that you've got a bad reputation, and nobody wants that.
And even no reputation is better than a bad reputation.
It is, yeah, because we can always build on that. And we've got, we were talking earlier, we've got a few different what we call entry-level programs for video, for reputation, and for social media. And so if you've got issues with reputation, either you don't have one yet, or you've got one that's been troubled for whatever reason. Maybe maybe the only reputation you have is that one crazy person who wrote 1-star reviews and posted them all over the internet because they were mad you didn't give them a discount, which does happen. We can help with that. We can make sure that, you get put into a better light. But with video, what we want to really do is we want to generate that content by taking your 5-star reviews, your 5-star reputation, and turning that into video content. And we do that in the following way. What we do is we actually go out and we find your 5-star reviews on Facebook, on Yelp, and of course on Google, which is where most of them are going to be. We take each of those 5-star reviews and we turn them into a video. And the way we do that is we actually have a video that has a spokesperson in it. So there's literally a model who's going to be on there, and it's going to start off showing your name. So it's going to say, whatever your party rental group or whatever it is that your company is called. And it's going to start off with a spokesperson who's going to come in and say, hey, we love our customers and we love providing great service, yada, yada, yada. Here's another great review that we just received from one of our clients. It's then going to literally show one of your 5-star reviews on the screen. It's going to either be somebody holding an iPad with your review on there. Sorry, Mike, it's an iPad. Or it might be just a stylized graphic with your review on there. And the voiceover person or the model is going to continue to talk about your business. And then at the end, it's going to have a call to action to ask people to give you a call if they're looking for your service. And then it's going to have the end screen with all of your contact information. And what we like to do with this is we like to build one of these every single month. And what we do with that is we take that and we make sure that it gets distributed out to your YouTube channel, to your Facebook page, to your Twitter, to, if it's possible, your Instagram. It just depends. The videos are usually just short enough that it should work on Instagram. But of course, we have to, it's hit or miss with that because Instagram is very strict on length of videos and whatnot. We put it onto Daily Motion. So we set up a Daily Motion. If you don't know what Daily Motion is, it's a similar site to YouTube. It's, even though a lot of people don't know what it is, it's actually a top 100 site in the world. So it's a very, very popular site, even if you don't know what it is. So we put it onto all those different sites. Twitter, if I didn't say Twitter, it goes on Twitter. And I believe, goes on to Tumblr and, all these different sites that will allow you to get more attention. And so we take care of that. We make sure that each of those videos is fully optimized. And when I say optimized, what I mean is we're going to make sure that we know what your best keyword is for what you do. So for instance, if your big thing is tent rentals, then maybe your keyword is tent rentals and your city. So we'll make sure that that's kind of the focus of these videos, and we'll make sure that each of those videos goes out and focuses on that. Now, each video will have a unique title that will kind of mix it up a little bit. The description will have a little bit of information about your business. It'll have the actual review. So the 5-star review will show up on the screen, on the description. And then we'll have all of your contact information. And we make sure that your name, address, and phone number matches that Google listing so that you get, and I think we talked about this last time, a citation being any place on the web that has your name, address, and phone number. And that helps your Google My Business to rank better. So as we build more and more videos, we're also building your Google My Business ranking so that hopefully in the end, you're going to have videos that rank. You're going to have videos that might show up on page 1 of Google as well. And your Google My Business rating will go up, hopefully, and you'll get into that top 3. And that will allow you to get a whole lot more calls. And so that's kind of what we do, is to make sure that you've got this content, it goes out to all the major sites, it's optimized, and that you really get to benefit from that. So that's what we do with video, at least with this product anyway.
No, I hear you. It's really, really crazy because I've been doing my own video and I'm nowhere near your level when it comes to video. And I already have videos ranking first page locally for me for certain.
Yep. So do we. Yep.
Very simple.
And for those who don't know, I'm not just a guy who makes videos, even though that's what the name says there. I actually own escape. Sorry, wrong side. There we go. It's reversed. So I actually own a couple of escape rooms. In fact, we're just about to hopefully get a third location in the next couple of weeks. And so I am actually doing all of this stuff for my business as well as for clients. So we've got dentists that we work with and lawyers that we work with and other businesses as well. And we provide them with these videos. We actually have what's that?
I wanted to show you something, Ray.
Oh, goody.
They say every internet video needs to have like a shocking moment where everyone's blown away. Are you ready for this, Ray?
I don't know. I'm scared.
You screen sharing? Oh.
That's shocking already. I know. I can see that. That is a shocking moment of this video right there. I recognize the three cameras on the front of there.
I'm not going over to the dark side, so
Just saying.
You guys can have fun with that.
And I want to be very clear that a certain somebody named Corey has insisted on FaceTiming me multiple times and then hanging up just so he could prove that he could, in fact, FaceTime me.
Nice. There you go.
I'll tell you the story about it someday, Ray, but basically this is painful for me. I lost a bet. Continue.
Took 10 years.
I lost a bet. So
I still remember. By the way, for those of you who don't know, see, Mike has always been like, "Oh, I'm not going to do that Apple stuff. Oh, I hate that Apple stuff." And and I remember when Siri came out and Antoine pulling up Siri and saying, "When is Mike going to switch to Apple phones?" And so fun stuff. But no, that's cool. That's good to see. You will
clarify. You don't need an Apple phone to do video, everybody.
No, you absolutely don't. However, I will tell you, Mike, in all seriousness about this stuff, if you use it for shooting videos and whatnot, you will find it's really, really good, like shockingly good. And I know, some of the Samsung ones are as well, but it is shockingly good. I actually
that night mode. That night mode's no joke. I'm not gonna lie though.
Oh yeah, no.
I thought about it just because of the night mode.
I started using this as my webcam. I'm not now. I'm actually using the built-in webcam today, but I actually use this as my webcam when I shoot now because it actually looks a lot better than even my DSLR as a webcam.
All right, okay.
Anyway.
We're here. Yeah, we're here because we're the video nerds and everybody else isn't. So we got to do their videos for them now.
But to bring up one little point, when it comes to all this video stuff, though, I've got really nice cameras. I've got DSLRs and I've got video cameras. But when I go out and shoot stuff, even for my business and everything, I typically use my phone. And yes, mine happens to be an Apple, but whatever phone you have, you can use that. These phones are absolutely amazing because they're better than professional cameras were, 10, 15 years ago.
Yes. It's probably a perfect good time for us to hint our little project we got going on too, Mike.
Right.
Like we have a whole website that's pretty much designed as there's websites that you go for stock footage that you can buy online and stock video and pictures and audio and stuff like that. Well, we decided to make something that's specifically geared for the party rental industry that everybody can use and make money from as well. We're gonna be releasing that in the next week or two here. Maybe as a beta, maybe it'll be up and running completely. Who knows? But we have another website we're working on too. That's the actual resource for the industry. But we're putting so much into that and doing so much, and I don't want to release that till it's done. So
and it is definitely needed. When I was putting together some of the stuff for the Foam Daddy, I actually went and looked in the stock media sites for bounce house footage and everything, and I think I found. I found a handful of videos, but they were all the same bounce house. It was 5 videos by the same person shooting the same bounce house.
Exactly. The same thing with Canva. There's no good stock footage. So imagine you can go to Leisure, because there's all these groups where you can get free videos here and there and free footage, but nobody puts the good stuff on there. Right. Nobody does anything. So this is the whole concept in the mind of what we're coming up with. You can basically go in here, look up leisure activities, bounce house, and then see all the pictures of all the different bounce houses from leisure activities. And it'll be organized that way. Maybe eventually we'll be able to organize by specific unit. I don't know. That's a lot more extra work, but we'll try and keep it pretty narrow to start off. Same thing with tents. I'm thinking like Selena tent, because there's people who are like, oh, these tents look different than those tents. So, you know what I mean? Let's try and keep it really specific. Wooden tables. Then we got the white folding tables, but they're all tables, concession machines. But the biggest thing is I can come out here and take videos of all my crap and put it out here, but that doesn't really then I'm just selling you stuff. The whole thing about the only reason these videos work in general is because of the community. The only reason Party Rental Knowledge Group works in general is because of the community. Without you people, it wouldn't be anything. So you guys upload videos and sell them to your peers. Yeah, we're gonna make a cut out of it because we have operational costs to keep this running. But we're not taking like 50% or anything stupid like that. Like maybe 20%. You make 80 cents. You do a drone video that costs you $100. And you put it on there for $10, and then suddenly that's selling across the country.
That's beautiful stuff. I sell drone footage, and it sells really well because it's excellent stuff. It really is.
The best part about it is now you tell your employees to go out there and start taking pictures and put it on there. So now they have an extra source of income. So now you start competing against that unemployment that everybody's fighting against right now. So, and it just helps. And again, it just helps everybody out, which is like just the main goal that I'm doing all this stuff. Yeah, I want to try and make some money. Like the video says, we're finally selling something worth selling. Like we're going to do video for you guys, but we're also coming up with a stock footage site too. We're seriously about helping this community, everybody. We're very serious about that.
And by the way, when we talk about serious about this kind of stuff, you know, we need to really emphasize numbers, results, and you know what has happened because of this. We took over, just as an example, we took over the escape room that we have that I'm in right now. I'm actually in the escape room, and if you listen carefully, you might even hear people playing. In this one here, we took over in July. It was July 7th, I believe. We took it over. And we also have one in California that we took over in, I want to say September. I believe it was sometime around September. And I can tell you that immediately the things that we did are the same things that we're going to be offering, at least at the entry level here. And that includes the video package that we just talked about, but also with reputation management and marketing and doing social media production and social media marketing. And when we took over these places, we went through and did all of these things. And right now I'm actually going through with Bob, and we're doing it with his place as well. And what we saw was some pretty amazing stuff. Now, obviously, we took over right after COVID. When we took over in July, this place had been back open since, I believe, the last week of May. So they were open end of May, June, and then we took over in July. So we can't really look at 2020's numbers for, you know, January through May because there was nobody coming in. They were shut down, and we didn't own it. But if we go back to, let's say, like October of 2019, before all the COVID stuff happened, and we take a look from there, obviously July, we could look at July. When we took over in July, we only had 3 weeks, and it was post-COVID when COVID had just been shut down. We implemented all this stuff leading up to our takeover in July. So we actually started all the work in June so that it would be ready. We instantly saw double the sales that they had in July before COVID. And every single month, we're anywhere between 50 to 100% more than what they were doing pre-COVID. Every single month. And that goes for California as well. California, just as an example, when we took over the California location, that sucker was doing $6,000 a month total. Think about that. $6,000 a month total. And that didn't include paying rent. You know, you had to pay rent from that $6,000. You had to pay, you know, anybody who worked from that. You had to pay the electric bill. They weren't doing anything in there. And this past month, and, you know, obviously we took that one over, and then we had to start doing the work. We didn't have the luxury of starting beforehand. We literally took it over as is and then had to put all this together over a month or two. We're now, this past month, they did almost $20,000. That's more than 3 times what they were doing when we took it over. And that's before COVID. So It can be done if you do these things, if you work on that marketing, you do your social media, you do your videos, you do your reputation, make sure your Google My Business is set up properly, make sure all these things are set up in a way that works, get the websites looking good, SEO, all that good stuff. You can make a huge difference to what you're doing now. And like I said, in California, we've seen 3 times growth in there in just a short period of time. I mean, it's been 6 months or so, and we're already seeing 3 times what they did before. So it definitely works. Now, will we see 3 times with Bob? Maybe not, because he's already kicking butt anyway. So we'll hopefully improve him quite a bit, but he's already kicking butt. So,
Yeah, I have a lot of repeat customers. And the main reason I'm working with you, Ray, is because COVID wiped out 5 of the competitors that I normally competed with last year. Yep. They were just wiped out. And how do I know this? Well, I bought out 4 of them. So, I bought out the remaining inventory. And then one of them, that's how I found the existing warehouse that I'm in, because I had 2 warehouses and I needed a smaller one because I was consolidating costs during COVID. And lo and behold, there was another bouncy house guy going out of business, and I took over his warehouse. So, I know they went out of business. So I've got all those customers that are out there that used to use somebody else that don't know about me, obviously, or they would have been using me. So I'm wanting to reach out to them this year and make sure they know I can still get them bouncy houses.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
And if you don't know, everybody knows how crazy my market is in Buffalo. So I can't wait for Ray to step his little feet over here and we'll start throwing some punches. I know you're listening, everybody. So, right. No, seriously, I love it. If you guys don't know, the Bounce House game is crazy. The tent game, not as much. And then there might even be some dumpster rental people in here too that I'm sure you can do videos for as well.
Yeah, we've worked with dumpster rental places before.
If Jeremy Thrallkill's listening, send him my way. Come on over here, check this out, because this is the real video guy you want to work with right here. No, but seriously, back to that comment though. Liam Reed, he's got amazing videos. He does live action stuff and does his own videos to it.
Nice.
Creates the actual video. And you can bring your own videos to us. Some people, you probably already have your own videos. That doesn't mean that we can't take those videos and do actual SEO work. That's YouTube SEO work or video SEO work on top of those videos that are more advantageous. Because some people don't really even know what they're doing with video. Some people do. I'm not naming names. I'm not saying anything about anybody, but I'm just saying that what we know.
And I'll tell you this, one of the things that we do, and I think we shared it in here a while back for the Party Rental Knowledge YouTube channel, is we do YouTube channel audits. So I literally go into your channel and show you everything that's there, show you what you can do to improve, what you're missing, what you're doing well, and give you a really good blueprint of what you can do with your YouTube channel. So if any of you want that, reach out to me in the group, just tag me or what have you, and I'll be glad to do that for you. It doesn't cost anything to get that done. I go in, I do that. Now, obviously, we do have a service that we sell, and we hope that you'd want to purchase it, but we do the evaluation completely free, and we give you tips on what you can do yourself to make it even better. It can be difficult. Sometimes people don't know where these things are and how to do them, and that's why they come to somebody like me to do that. But I'll at least show you and give you that blueprint on what you need to do to take it to another level with that. So feel free to ask me for that.
And back to the tips too. You also said you're down to come in the group. We're trying to go every week. And listen, right now, I'm lucky that you're even seeing me here tonight because I got 20 things to do and I'm a little bit late. I normally do this at 8 o'clock, and I got to do this, and I really don't like missing. This is my baby. You guys are my people. I love you guys to death. I don't want to miss this stuff. So I gotta be something's crazy is gonna happen for me to actually miss the night completely. I haven't had to come on here by myself yet, but I probably will if I can't really get anybody on here.
And we all know from having me on a couple of times that things change very quickly here sometimes, and all of a sudden. Because I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing it here at the escape room. So if all of a sudden it gets busy, I often have to jump off try to help out. So
he's a victim of his own success, basically.
That really is the case, because normally, obviously, this is a business that does well on Fridays and Saturdays and whatnot. But, sometimes during the week, it gets busy too. I chose to do a Thursday with you guys because I'm like, Thursday's always a slow night. And, of course, every time we do it, something blows up and people go crazy.
So we're not going to have any set days, but Ray's going to come in the group at least make a once a month commitment to drop some
maybe even more. Who knows?
Yeah, you can drop whenever and come in and stuff like that. You'll have access and whatnot. Adam's going on here in a little bit here too. And going to be going with his live stream.
Nice.
This is the place for YouTubers, Party Rental Knowledge Group. This is the place for the knowledge. This is the place for the information. And now, like we've been doing all these videos. Everybody keeps asking me, like, yo, you want to do this for me? You want to do this for me? You want to do this for me? So now, I guess we're going to do it for you.
And by the way, like I said, we talked about the entry-level video thing, and it's a great package for the SEO benefits of it, for the content benefit of it, and for the, marketing that reputation. But we also do higher-end videos too. We currently, and I know this is a subject we're going to talk about in the future. We've already talked about this, but one of the things that we're doing right now is we've got TV commercials that we run on Hulu. And that is an awesome way to use your videos. If you ever thought about wanting to be on TV, in California, we actually are on regular TV. It costs a fortune. It shows up, pretty rarely, and who knows what the results are. But with the Hulu stuff, you're getting in people's living rooms on their big screen, and you're doing it a whole bunch of times. And that's worked really well for us. But it requires a higher end video, a nicer video. Hulu will literally tell you, nope, we're not going to show that video if they don't like it. And we produce that kind of stuff too. And in fact, later on, maybe I'll even show off the video that we're currently running here, because I think it's a pretty cool little video. And based on what you talked about earlier with that stock footage, the video that we're currently running on Hulu is pretty much all stock footage, except for some of the logo stuff we put in there.
I still have the Foam Daddy video in here that you did, actually.
Yep, the Foam Daddy video, that was done with a bunch of random YouTube clips that Foam Daddy just happened to have. They weren't even very good. They were just all over the place.
No, they're not the best. They're not the best at film. They're getting better. They just did some drone videos and all that. This is some old stuff. Like a lot of these brands, a lot of these companies are not. So even if you're not just a party rental company, I know that some of you like manufacturers be looking in here too, and we can definitely help you out too.
Oh yeah. Because most businesses don't know anything about video. They don't know how to produce video. They're afraid of the camera,
But everybody,
Ray real quick here.
What's that?
Ray doesn't have an ego, so I have to stroke it and build up what he has left of an ego. But in the group, I want to just tell you the stupid question is the one that's never asked. I want to say, Ray is one of the guys that I consider, like, if I can get his praise, I walk out of the room feeling pretty good about myself. And I had Ray go through the Party Rental Knowledge YouTube channel because I wanted him to see, what is Justin can do to improve. And Ray came back and said, "Oh, damn, the guy knows what he's doing." And he was thoroughly impressed with Justin's thing. But Justin didn't get that knowledge because he was born out of, he didn't come out of his mom just knowing this stuff.
Party rentals, yes.
Yeah.
YouTube stuff, no.
He was born in a carnival. He was born in a carnival, and I'll keep the jokes at that. But the point is Justin learned all that information the hard way, right? We've got an expert in here, right here. It's in reverse, the video. Yeah, an expert right here. So don't choose hard. Choose easy.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like what is one of the first things I said to you when I met you, Ray? Like what is one of the first things I mentioned?
That you already had heard of me.
I'm sitting here like really? I'm like, this is wild. Because first, this is how it happened. Bob told me, he's like, yo, I know this dude, Ray the video guy. I'm like, okay, whatever. I looked him up a little bit. I didn't really look at it too hard or anything. But then I've already been studying one of these major YouTubers for freaking a mean minute, and then he starts dropping his name. I'm like okay, wait a second. Maybe I didn't look too hard enough or whatever. So I was like, and that's how crazy video is too. Like one small video could not do anything and tickle your fancy, but one thing can make you a super fan. But hopefully you're going to be a Foam Daddy super fan after this video that Ray did. I'm going to show you guys. And then literally the survey is still going. We're going to do this till the 15th. I'm going to cut everything off on the 15th. Maybe I'll extend it the whole weekend. I'm not sure because I'm not going to – like I realize that's a Saturday. That's not happening. So probably the Monday. So maybe I'll be generous because it's still a few days ahead, and I'll extend the drawing to like the 17th.
Don't risk it. Get on there now.
Yeah, that's not the thing. So watch this. Boom. And you know what's funny too? And I know you know the answer to this question, Ray, and it's asked a lot when it comes to video. Like, how long does a video need to be?
I love that question. I get that all the time.
As long as you to relay a message. What was the message, everybody?
Yep.
We're giving Foam Daddy and Party Rental Knowledge is giving away a foam machine. The video was 30 seconds long and it was fire.
Yep. And when you're talking about video, people ask that, how long should it be? The answer, I give the answer the same every single time, and that is as long as necessary and as short as possible. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
So we've worked in, and Bob can tell you this, we've worked with a lawyer back in Bob's neck of the woods. And when we did videos for her, some of her videos were 17 and 20 minutes long. So, everybody said, it's got to be under 2-3 minutes. Some of those were 17, 20 minutes long, and people watched them. Why? Because they needed the information. So the information had to be there. Some of our videos were short, 20 seconds, 2 minutes, but most of them were actually 5, 10, 15, even 20 minutes long. So
in fact, Ray, some of her videos that were the longest ones were the ones she had the most customers come in on.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Some of the short ones too, but it was not they came in on the 30-second ones and then hardly came in on the 20-minute ones. It was a menagerie. You come in on some on the 20 minutes. So don't believe.
Joe Rogan does a 3-hour podcast. I watch all of it.
Yeah.
And you know what? And you know what's interesting about that, Justin, is he was told your podcast is too long when he started.
Yeah. I was told to get off YouTube a couple times already. Like,
yeah.
Now I got videos already ranking #1 in my area for little stuff because I'm not doing the big stuff because I'm not watching. Everybody's watching. I'm gonna hammer all the big stuff at once because I know. Listen, it's aggressive over here. Everybody knows it's aggressive over here. So it's like there's a war going. There's bounce house wars going on in Buffalo right now. Coming to Netflix.
At each other.
We're going for Hulu and then we're going on Netflix too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a reality show pretty soon. Bounce house wars.
Well, don't miscount that because little secret here in this group, and I'll reveal this a little bit here. We are working on an actual TV show for the escape room industry that's going to be completely done by our company. So
it's totally like, man, everybody here should have a media company. You have a business, but you should also be a media company. Because if you're not marketing and doing your own media, like you're paying somebody else to do it. So either way, that you're still running a media company.
Everybody needs to understand, in business, your business is almost never the actual business in most industries. Somebody said back a while ago, and this is something that they had to discover and learn. McDonald's, if you say what business is McDonald's in, and people say, well, food. Well, reality, their biggest thing is real estate. That's really what business they're in at the end of the day is real estate, property management and property ownership. And that's where they get a majority of their business from, even though obviously they make tons and tons of burgers and fries, but that's a big part of their business. And in this case, you need to be your own media company. You have to.
And we're going broke over here, so we're trying to be media companies for you, right. Doing all this knowledge stuff. I'm not going broke, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, no, I mean, like here's a good example for everyone in the room right now. If you're a member of Party Rental Knowledge and you are not busting your ass till the sun up to sundown on Saturday, you're doing something wrong. If you're like me, last Saturday, I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning, met the guys at the warehouse, sent out 3 distribution vehicles to distribute all the bounce houses. I even posted a picture on here. I did a school dance. I also delivered a photo booth and some other stuff. I rolled in to my bed at 1:30 the next day. That's this business this time of year.
I set up tents on Thursdays, and then I deliver bounce houses Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I pick up my tents on Monday. And I got Wednesday, like Tuesday, I do these live streams and like whatever little stuff I can get done at the warehouse and kind of cleaning day and pretty much like that. And then Wednesday is my like try to chill day, but I don't chill.
Right. And so that's why I'm saying if you can't do this stuff yourself, it's okay. Ray's going to be talking about that today on how he can help you do it yourself, because I'm successful. I've got business that's so busy that I can't even keep up. And I'm going to hire Ray to do a whole bunch of my stuff. And it's not because I don't know how to do it. Because like Ray's watching me. He even watched one of my ads. He goes, one of your ads is getting more Facebook chatter than I've ever seen it ever. And I'm like, yeah, I know how to do it, but I don't have the time to do it. I just hired another guy to just man my Facebook because it's driving me nuts. I got like 300 responses a day. So hire Ray. Yes. So anyways, Ray, go ahead and talk about what you're going to do for business guys.
Get in more depth. We probably have a couple questions too. I like how long does it take to like onboard onto this stuff? Like, what does it look? What does it really cost for certain things? Where would you say somebody who's just getting in? Like, I'm just bombarding you with questions, but you know what I mean? Just go.
Yeah. So at the beginning. Like I said, the big thing here is we're trying to build content, take your reputation and advertise it out there, and then make sure that you're ranking and that you're building the Google My Business. So essentially what it comes down to is the video that I described earlier, where it shows your 5-star review, has the spokesperson talking about it and the call to action. We produce one of those per month, and then we distribute it out to all of those different locations. So that would go to your YouTube channel. It would go to your Daily Motion. If you don't have one, we help you create that. It would go to your Facebook page. If you don't have that, I'm assuming you probably do. We'll help you with that too. If you don't have a Twitter, we help you with that, et cetera, to make sure that you're getting distribution to all the major places where people can see your video. And by the way, the great thing about this is not only are you then in all these places where people can see you, but those citations we talked about, your name, address, and phone number, when we put you onto Twitter, that name, address, phone number, now you got that there. Now you put you on here and it's there. And we put you on this site and it's there. You now have all these citations, not only on your YouTube videos, but all these other locations as well. And you're just building this giant fountain of citations that are going to help you to shoot up to the top of Google My Business, which is where we all want to be. And that's going to be a major help with that. Again, we try to do that once a month. And when I say try to do that once a month, what I mean by that is it's always going to be at least once a month, but we do have some clients that do one a week. I've got some dentists, they do one new video every single week. I got one guy, he's got 4 dental locations and he does one per week per location. So literally every week he's got 4 of these videos going out for each of the locations, and boom, he's just getting tons and tons of video attention and citations and everything else. And it works really well for him. He's been doing this forever. And believe me, if it didn't work, he wouldn't be paying me for 4 per month for the last couple of years nonstop, because it is a very, very powerful tool. And as far as the onboarding, it's actually pretty easy. If you have the different sites already set up, so if you've already got a Twitter account, we gather that info. If you've already got a Facebook page, we get that info from you. If you don't have some of these, if you don't have a Daily Motion, we help you build that. If you don't have a Twitter, we help you build that. So if you don't have them, we help put them together. If you do have them, we gather that information. If you've already got them all, it doesn't take very long to onboard. It takes literally just a couple of minutes to connect the accounts to that. And by the way, we have a software that distributes the videos. It's a proprietary software. And so it connects with your different social media sites. So if we have you connected, we don't even know your names and passwords. So we can't go in and do anything. We don't even know how to access your Twitter account. The software knows how to access it because you help put it in there. Now, obviously, some people do give us that information, but if you don't want to give us your name and password for your Twitter, you can connect. We send you a link. You connect it yourself, and then we never even know your name and password, so there's never any fears of anything wacky going on there. And then we start to put these videos together. We put a new one together every single month. We distribute it out every single month to all of those locations, and you get to see exactly what's going on. And the best part is we're not charging, $1,000 for a video. We're charging you $299 for the production of the video and all the distribution. And so that's one per month. So $299 per month will get you that one video that's going to go out every single month, nonstop, until you run out of reviews. So you got to have enough reviews. So if you only have 2 5-star reviews, well, we can only do 2 months with you. You're going to have to build that up. But as long as you've got, if you've got 12 5-star reviews, you've got a year's worth of content. And that's all we really need at that point. And then, of course, throughout the year, we can help you to build that up even further so that you've got even more for, the proceeding years. And that's where, we really want to help you out, is get those reviews in, be able to turn them into the videos, create the content, and really help you with that. And like I said, the biggest thing for us, and by the way, this is not something that when we put this together, this was not one of our focuses, but that citation where we build those citations and help your Google My Business is huge. That was not one of our goals when we started this program, when we put it together. But when we started to see that videos can really help with those citations, that's when we said, you know what, this is a whole new level with this. And so it helps people to not only get that content out there, share those 5-star reviews, but it can actually help you with that SEO and really build up your citations. So we love it for that purpose. But that's our entry-level video program that can really help to build anything that you're trying to do and help you with that. So,
right. No, I forgot to mention how secure that the system really is that we're working with.
And to be honest with you, most of the clients, they just, here's my Twitter and all, and they just hand it to me.
I do the same thing. I know.
And I just build a database. Because let's be honest, I have no interest in going into your Twitter and posting something other than those videos. So, but for those that want to keep it secure, what we do is we set up the initial account, and then we send you a link in the email. You go in there and you connect your Facebooks and all that kind of stuff. And then we don't even have to get our hands dirty with that. And like I said, if you don't have Daily Motion, if you don't have Twitter, if you don't have this or that, we'll help you build that and make sure that you've got that so that you can distribute out to those places. Because, even if, let's say you're like, oh, I hate Twitter, or I hate, Tumblr, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter if you like or hate it. You want to start getting stuff out there, because it's just like, I always think of each of those sites as a finger, and you get all these fingers reaching out to try and grab people. And so anytime you can add more fingers grabbing people and pulling them in, you're going to benefit from that. Even I don't like Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but I do use Twitter. I don't actively use it, but I post stuff to Twitter every single day, multiple times a day. Stuff is going out to Twitter. I don't ever log into Twitter and use it myself.
It's funny. My favorite analogy was something like that. It's basically the same thing. Is in the carnival, my main question was how many people came there last year and how many people came through the gate the day before, because I want to know how many people are walking around in a circle, because then I basically have to scream at them all, because the more people I scream at, the more likely one of them is going to come over and basically give it. It's the same reason bums stay in the corner, kind of. It's kind of messed up, but there's, you know what I mean? The more people you're in front of, you're going to get some money out of them. So the more your ads are in front of them, you know what I mean? There's a science to a lot of this stuff.
Yep. By the way, like I said, this is kind of like our entry level, get you in the door, get some content going. But we have, some other video programs, which I don't even think I've shared with you guys yet, that can be a big benefit. We actually have a new program that Mike's getting excited. We actually have a really, really cool new program that allows you to get, or not allows you to, but helps you to get testimonial videos from your existing clients. And you don't have to do anything. You basically just, as a business owner, you give them the opportunity to leave you a video review. And we put together this nice page for you where people can go, they click the button, they record their video, and boom, the video is put into the back end. And what's great about that particular program is you don't pay unless you get a video review that you want to use. So in other words, if 5 people go and they leave you a video testimonial, one of them says they hate you, one of them stumbles over their words and looks like a fool, and 2 of the other ones look really good, well, you can choose just those 2, and then you would only pay for the ones that actually work for you. The other ones will just get deleted, and you never have to worry about it. So you don't get charged for how many people leave reviews. You only get charged for the reviews that you actually choose to use and keep. And then, of course, you can use all of the distribution methods that we talk about on top of that to really, do some good things with that. But that's another program that we're currently working. That's in a beta right now. So we're just starting to work with that. I've been using it here at the escape room, and I've been surprised at how many people have actually done the video. I was like, we're going to put this up there, and who knows if anybody's actually going to make one. But we just had somebody tonight make another one. In fact, the other one tried to, and they couldn't figure it out, so they can do it later. But the other guy with them, he did his review right there in the lobby. He did a video review and got it put up there. So I have to go check it out. I haven't seen it yet. One of the girls that works there, she told me that he did one.
So if you need any more testers for that beta.
Yeah, we can definitely do something with that. And here's the other cool thing with that. The testimonial video or the review videos that we were talking about earlier, if you've got testimonial videos, because the videos that we were talking about has the spokesperson, has the written review, has the call to action. The written review can actually be replaced by a video testimonial. So when people leave these video testimonials, I actually bring those into our review platform and have the person say, hey, here's another great review. And it actually goes to that review video instead, and then has the call to action at the end. So that can be done with it as well. So it kind of all rolls together into one nice, tight little unit there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Fun.
I remember you mentioning something like that, but I forgot. Yeah, that's one of those crazy.
That's still new. We've only been doing that for a couple weeks.
But like we were saying too, we're gonna have all the stock footage out there for everybody to use.
And that's huge.
So you guys can go ahead and clip your own, go get your own Adobe, Photoshop or Premiere or anything like that. Like go do your own stuff, or we could do it for you with videos and pre-made videos. Like basically how there's a few people that sell videos animated videos in the groups. Or then there's some people that just try and sell absolute garbage. Then there's people that are really, really creative, like Corny Carney here with his own videos. Did you see his stop animation at all in the groups at all?
No, I'm gonna have to go check it out after.
Dude, he just won a foam machine from Foam Daddy in the group for doing the stop action video. It was actually really, really awesome.
Oh,
he's cool. Also a fan of you too. He's been studying you as well. He told me. So yeah, he's like, he knows. But no, seriously, it's the actual the a la carte videos, and we're going to be able to put just generic ones you can have custom with your logo on them too. We'll be dropping those as well sooner or later once we have some of them made, because we could be making them for other people and then doing it for you too. And you know how it goes, everybody. You want your own custom stuff, you pay for that even more. You want some of the basic stuff that we can tweak for you for your area that nobody else has yet, you're all set and ready to go. But we're trying to special in live action footage, but we do the animated stuff as well.
Yep. And if you've got videos, or if we make videos for you and you're ready to start doing advertising on Hulu or on YouTube, we can help with that too. Hulu, I'm telling you, it's one of the most exciting things that I have gotten into. It blows my mind because I've been dying to get in with Hulu for a long time. And it was very difficult. I kept trying because, they've been doing video ads for a long time, but they've mostly been working with Coca-Cola and Ford and Kia and, all these big ones, and getting some of the local things. It was very difficult to get in with them. And I had a lot of trouble, but now we're in there. It's very, it's so powerful, so powerful. I was looking at it today. We've been doing it for maybe 2 months or so. for this location here, and we've had it shown on TV over 5,700 times at this point in time. I mean, amazing stuff. And we're seeing.
Curious though.
What's that?
How much did that cost you?
Not as much as you'd think. I'd have to look at the actual numbers because what you do is you commit to at least $500. That's it.
All right.
They used to make you commit to $20,000. So that's what scared a lot of people away. And the thing is you didn't have to spend $20,000. You had to commit to $20,000, but that scared people away. But now the commitment is $500. You have to agree to do $500 in advertising. Now that could be over 6 months or that could be over 6 days. It's up to you on how you spread that out.
Yeah.
So so we just, as our first test, we did $1,000 and we spread that out over a couple of months. So probably doing maybe like with the first one about $200 a month. Okay. And the reason I did that was because I want to be able to experiment and do another video, a different one, try that commercial out.
Testing.
Another $200. So now I'm still only paying $400 a month, which is not a ton of money for advertising on TV. If you've ever done TV before, we're usually talking thousands a month. So we got a couple of things going on TV. And by the way, when I say TV, I know people are going, well, wait a minute, Hulu's on computers and Hulu's on phones and all that. And it is, but we were looking this morning in California, 92% were on big screen TVs, not on tablets or computers or phones. And here in Georgia, ours was like 85% was on the big screen TVs. And that's where you want it to be, because the big screen TVs, that means there's probably 3 or 4 people in the room. So that's a big help. It's a big, big help. And I'm blown away with the results we've gotten out of it. And I will tell you this though, there's the upside and there's always a downside to anything. The upside, of course, is that we're seeing this video, these commercials show up on TV in living rooms all across the area. We're able to target locally without, we're not targeting in Kansas where we don't have any rooms. We're targeting right here in Georgia, in our little area, in California, right where our room is there. We're targeting just those areas. We're getting huge results. But of course, the downside is with television, and it's not just with Hulu, this is television in general, you have to come up with some way to track how people are doing that, because it's kind of like a big billboard on the highway. A million cars drive by that billboard, and if you get a phone call tomorrow, you have no idea if that phone call came because they saw your billboard or not. It's not like clicking an ad, and immediately going to the website. They click. I love
that my ERS, it literally lets me when I do my booking. It's like, oh, how did you hear about us? You know what I mean? Referral thing, all that different lists and stuff. So you can put that in. It's like, I think it's because it comes in handy.
The other thing that I tell people to do is, on TV, that's a big screen TV, and even if it's a small screen TV, you can put things like a QR code on the end of that video, and they can scan it with their phone. You can put a special coupon code, and if they use that particular coupon code, it came from the TV ad or the billboard or what have you. So it's
exactly.
I'll use bogus employees. I'll say, call and ask for Frank.
Yeah, and we've done that too in the past.
And when I hear the name Frank, I know it came from that billboard. So anything you can do to track, because and by the way, Brian, I'm going to say, if you only paid Hulu $500 and you got what you got out of it, you robbed them.
I haven't paid nearly $500 yet.
I know. I'm saying you've robbed them. I can guarantee you when I go on Hulu, I'm going to get a dozen rentals. I'm going to get a dozen rentals out of the deal. I know that because I'm gonna prime time it during family shows. I'm gonna prime time it during shows where mom and dads are watching, and I'm just gonna throw an offer at them that they can't refuse.
Yep, and the beauty of Hulu is you really get to. I was gonna say it's similar to YouTube advertising in a lot of ways, but chances are most people listening have no idea how to do YouTube advertising either. It's something that not a lot of people know how to do or have tried to do, but you can target exactly what you want. So, I want, we do well on comedy. Comedy seems to be the one that gets us. But I do things like I do reality TV shows. I do comedy. I do game shows, things like that, where I know it's going to be that right middle-age group. And it's going to, I'm not going to advertise on kids programming. I may try at some point because parents are probably watching at the same time, hopefully. But you
I'd
know,
put like a kid character.
what's that?
I would make like a cartoon, like straight up like out the Gary Vee book, cartoon, like it was some escape character trying to go through some random escape rooms and release it like once a month.
You know, for a bouncy house, hitting that market might be a really good thing, because that's where, I mean, that's why all these toys and companies and whatnot, they'll advertise on these kids shows, because then the kids go, Mom, I want that, and they'll say, hey, I want
this man right here,
a bouncy house.
Corny Carney's got that idea. He's going after. He's got that theme, and he's got that little bit of branding. My brand's wild. I'm like shooting a kid out of a cannon, kind of like. So it's like it seems fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like I don't know.
I know I've wanted to shoot my kids out of a cannon many times.
So. I'm naming him Cannonball Carl. I don't know. I grew up in the circus. What can you say? So.
Exactly, right.
So listen, we're going to answer some questions. So does anybody have any questions? What's going on? Is anybody interested in the stuff that we're trying to provide for you? Is anybody like think that this can be advantageous for their business? Let us know. What do people think right now? Let us know in the comments afterward too, because I know you guys are going to watch this on the replay as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure to put it in the comments. We'll follow up on that.
But
remember, you can tag Ray on these questions, and he'll answer them. There's only one person that's on Facebook more than me, and that's Ray.
And that's true, unfortunately.
I don't know. I think I got you both beat.
I've cut down as far as messing around.
So bad.
So I'm only on there for business most of the time now.
I just spend so much time on my phone lately. But I'm doing all this weird stuff, answering a phone. I'm gonna get a laptop stand, put in my truck, like I used to have my radio truck. No, it's not that hard because I already have an inverter installed in my truck, so it's not. Now I just gotta put that thing in there, and then boom, I already got the laptop. I just gotta pay for the airport or the whatever it is. Because what are they doing now? I haven't, because I heard it's even better now. I guess
I tether to my phone.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. I'm ending the stream, everybody. So, no? You want to keep going? He's muted.
He's muted.
Unmute yourself.
The stream, I was really getting into this.
We can still go. I'm down.
Well, for those that don't know, I got extreme tooth pain, and I'm on some really good pain meds. So I'm like, hey, let's keep it going.
I'm down for going. I'm here anyway, so.
Well, before we end the stream, I want to say a couple more things about Ray. That no, I'm not going to do any aggrandizement of Ray anymore. But I want to say, video is a funny thing because it used to be when you were ranking, you used to write articles, and unfortunately, people don't read articles anymore. There used to be all kinds of ways of putting your message out. And now people want YouTube. I mean, my kids don't even want to read books. They just want to watch YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And study things. And it annoys me. But I also realize that that's the consumer culture we're in. In fact, my own wife, when I tell her that something's true, she won't believe me. She'll go to YouTube and look it up.
That's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So realizing that you can become the expert on any topic by just producing a lot of videos. Now, it doesn't mean you're not smart. It doesn't mean Ray isn't who he says he is. He is who he says he is. I absolutely vouch for that. But you produce enough video content on anything, and you can become an expert. And what's funny is there are probably people who know way more than Ray the Video Guy. There's probably 3 or 4 of them in the U.S., 3 or 4 in theory, right? But because they don't speak up and they don't make the video, who's the smartest? Ray the Video Guy.
Well, and I can tell you this, I know those guys too. I'm friends with them and we work together a lot. So,
And so the point is that maybe you've only been in business for 6 months and your nearest competitor has been in business for 20 years. If you're the one producing video and he is not, you're the expert.
Yep.
That's the point I'm trying to make here. So don't think that there's a word that I use on the internet all the time, and that's democratization. Democratization allows the small guy to be equal or greater than the big guy if he's willing to put in the effort. Okay? So for all you listening tonight, I want you to know you can dominate in this industry, even against a competitor who's been going at it longer than you. You can dominate it by just doing things like video if he's not, because you can become an expert. And there's another fascinating topic about video, Ray.
It converts better. Doesn't it convert better than any other ads, and it's cheaper to run than conventional ads?
But what I was going to go with is, years ago, I got involved in a legal dispute where I was actually suing a major bank without an attorney. I was just doing it myself. Well, the attorneys told me I was an idiot for trying it. Everyone told me I was an idiot for trying it. But the second I got on TV, where the news came and covered my story and talked about me battling the bank without a lawyer, I became the smartest guy in the room. Just instantly. And I wasn't. There was attorneys and other people that were way smarter than me. But the point is, there's something about video that just makes you an authority figure. Just right out the gate, you're the authority on the subject. You have a video. And it's funny because Ray would know who I'm talking about. There's guys that follow Ray that when you listen to him, you go, what? How are you even able to tie your shoes? You're like the biggest flaming idiot of anybody I've ever known. You know what I'm talking about, Ray. Right?
Yes,
So,
I do.
instant relation, right? But the point is you can be like that and do video and be smarter than everybody else just because you do video. So do not discount it, and don't say it's not for me, because I just got done saying you could be in this business 6 months and you could be producing a video on something and be automatically smarter than the guy that's been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
I got inundated when my story hit the newspaper. My Facebook blew up. I was getting 30 to 40 messages a minute of people saying, oh my gosh, you're the smartest guy I've ever met. You're a genius. And I'm like, a month ago, everyone thought I was an idiot. Now I'm on TV. Everyone thinks I'm the smartest guy in the room. Ray, no comments from you, sir. Anyway, the point is this is such a, when Ray talked, he started about reputation, right? It's such a reputation builder video. And you don't even have to be in the video. You can be ugly like me and say, I don't want to be in the video. And you don't have to be.
That is correct. In
fact, what you can do is your video can just show your hand pointing at things and you talking, and that can be fascinating. And look at Ryan's toy review. I mean, that's just people having, look, if you want to feel like you're incapable of making a video, watch some stuff on YouTube, and you're going to feel like you already have Vin Diesel star power. Because, I mean, there is just people on video that you're going, how is this guy even have 10,000 subscribers, right? So oftentimes the difference between the guy that knows and the guy that is visible is the guy that is visible did something about it. So I can't say enough about, in your business, do not be afraid to put yourself out there. By the way, I want to give one quick example. I did an experiment with my old website. I'm in the process of changing it again. I always change and measure against past performance to see what I like. But I took 2 of my best-selling units, and I took a video of me going into one of the units and just jumping and sliding on it. Me, a grown-ass adult, on there. And I put that video on there, and that one unit tripled in rentals.
Yeah.
And of the 2 units that I had, I thought that one was the inferior unit. Just because I recorded a video of me walking in, okay, here's this, here's that. Kid will slide down this, a kid will climb that. Just a quick thing. And the parents were going, I rented that because your video was just so informative. I could imagine my kid doing this, that, and the other. Don't discount your ideas. Anything. Get out your iPhone. I'm just kidding, because Ray, that's for Ray's benefit, because I know if not, he's going to send me a gloating text after this message. So But just don't be afraid to get on video, and don't be afraid to screw it up, because unless you get on the video and say something absolutely shameful, you're not going to get injured by doing video. And then another thing I'll say before I finish my long dissertation is, all you have to do to beat the other guy is not be a world champion. You just have to be 1 second faster than him. Okay? So the reality is if your competitor, he has 5 videos, when you have 6, you're better than him.
Yep, that's
if the other
exactly
guy is really good at 2 keywords, you become good at 3 and you're better than him. So don't focus on, oh my God. I mean, you look at Justin's video, you look at this Party Rental Knowledge video channel, and you're so intimidated by Justin. Oh my gosh, look at all those videos. You know what? There was a day when Justin had 1 video up.
I slowed down.
Right.
So please, somebody catch up so I can go crazy again. I love it.
Right. So the point is don't focus on like the size of it. Don't go, I gotta have 100,000 videos to. No, you gotta have 1. Then you got to have 2, then you got to have 5 or whatever. Just don't put pressure on yourself like that, because a little bit. And then I'll drop a reference to all you out there. I don't make a nickel off of it. There's a book called The Compound Effect. It's a fantastic book. Have you read it, Ray?
Yes.
Fantastic book, and it talks about what I'm talking about. It talks about the big changes in life don't come from you making big changes. They come from you making little changes consistently. So that's why they say the compound effect. A 1% per month is a 12% per year. And 12% for 10 years is 120%. So if you take your business and you say, every month I'm going to produce 1 video. That's it. 1 video a month. Then you now have 12 videos at the end of the year. Okay. Now, the other thing is also realize how much you're getting paid per hour. Because if you're out delivering units and you're making, say, 30, 40 bucks an hour, you know what? You're better off paying Ray to produce videos for you. Do the activities that pay you the most money. Because so many people will take $40 an hour workers and put them on $10 an hour tasks and then wonder why they're not making money. So if you can find someone to do something for cheaper than what you make, go for it.
Yeah.
I only go out and deliver bouncy houses when there's no other option, because all my guys make less than what I'm worth. But sometimes I have to go out at 11 o'clock at night and deliver a photo booth or pick up a photo booth because there's no one there. But that's the point. So when Ray brings you a package, he's not saying you're incapable. He's not saying you're not smart enough. He's not saying anything. But your time is worth something. And I'll tell you right now, I know Justin for a fact. If he's been willing to pay to have video produced sometimes. He's been willing to say, I'll just have someone do it for me, because time is money. So if you got time, make your own videos. If you don't have time, Ray's about to drop a ton of video products on you guys. They're all phenomenal. And I do know from personal experience that clients pay Ray for this stuff over and over and over again. And they don't do it because he's just so dapper and good looking. Most of the pictures on the internet of Ray are actually his head on my body. So he's not that good looking. But it's not, they don't pay him because he's good looking. They pay him because he gets results. So anyways,
and then, like I always say, there's a reason I don't cut my own lawn anymore.
Right. And, I have a housekeeper. I have a housekeeper because there's no time. I mean, my wife, she runs a very successful wedding business, and Justin's going to put a video up of her tour.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I literally had 2 pieces I got to put together. I don't have the software. I've done nothing of it.
And I highly recommend it.
I know she's probably watching right now.
Right. And when he puts that up, I'm not saying it just because my wife and she's hot. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the fact that she has a very classy wedding. It's classy, isn't it? Isn't it, Justin?
Dude, this video is amazing. I just literally had, it's so long and it's going to take so much of my time to edit it. And it's just, I just don't have the software, and it's just such a good video. And I literally, seriously, you guys should all see it.
Yeah, it's
great.
I'm
trying to do more tours too, and you guys love the warehouse tours, and it's a good video.
Right. So it's a fascinating video because she runs a successful wedding rental business as an adjunct to what we do. She's so busy with that, She ain't got time to clean the house. I don't got time to clean the house. We pay a housekeeper because even though I'm capable of washing the dishes, it is now 8 o'clock Utah time. I was up at 6 o'clock Utah time, and I've done nothing but sit here at my desk, pick the kids up from school, and then grumble about my juice paint. That's my day. So, am I glad that the housekeeper came today? Absolutely. So, don't be afraid to pay Ray, and don't have that mentality where I don't want to pay Ray when I can do it myself. There's a lot of stuff I can do myself that I pay other people to do.
But you can have that mentality, dude. Listen, more power to you if you want to go do it yourself. Like I said, we'll even have. I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm disagreeing with you, man. Like, seriously, you want to do it yourself? Go ahead. Like, I know how hard it is. He knows how hard it is. Like, I think, go ahead.
Well,
we're gonna raise.
There's some people that love it.
Let me say this: the magic of Party Rental Knowledge is that Justin will disagree with me, and I'll disagree with him, and that's okay, because it's different perspectives. And I've told Justin this before, and I'll say it now: I can't force him to be right. So, he can disagree with me all he wants.
Exactly. Like we disagree with Omega.
Right. We actually both agree to shit, but anyway,
they're horrible. Like I love dogging them every chance I can. Ray, you want to say anything bad about Omega?
I've heard the story.
Hey, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story before we get off with Ray. Ray, his lawnmower. I'm telling you, your lawnmower, Ray. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
This lawnmower would not start. It was a piece of crap. And the company was just absolutely treated him horribly. So Ray got vengeance in the very best way. He made a video about their crappy-ass lawnmowers, put it on YouTube, and he had the company saying, will you please take it down?
Oh, and I can tell you, I obviously stopped feeding the machine, but it is still there. If you search right now, Toro lawnmowers suck, especially on YouTube, it will show up. In fact, at one point in time, if you typed in on Google Toro lawnmowers, my video that said Toro lawnmowers suck was number 1 on page 1.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had a call from the secretary of the president of Toro Lawnmower, or whatever they call themselves, call me on the phone, and she's talking to me, and she goes, well, I just want you to know that the president of the company has seen your little video. I said, oh, really? And he still hasn't done anything about the fact that the lawnmower doesn't work? What kind of CEO is he? And she didn't know what to say to that, but they never did fix it. I actually sold that one. Actually, I didn't sell it. I gave it away, and a small lawnmower repair company guy, he ended up with it, and he could get it to work if he opened up the carburetor and stuck a screwdriver in there. He could get it to work and cut lawns. So he did end up getting it kind of working, but it was brand new and never worked. So,
but see, that's the power of video, Ray.
So
it was Ray versus this giant corporation, and Ray was winning. And what was great about it was every time they protested, it made it worse.
Yeah.
It was great. I like the popcorn and this is going to be good. I want to watch.
Is this where we get everybody who's bought Omega equipment to do a video testimonial and we put it under their name on YouTube?
There you go.
They want anybody want to drop a video testimonial with some Omega products? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That reminds me of another story, Ray. Right around your time, there was a musician who was relatively unknown, and he put his Les Paul guitar. Yep. You know what I'm talking about?
United Breaks Guitars.
Yeah. And so
that's where I got the idea for the lawnmower video, by the way, was from the United guy.
United Airlines, they busted up his guitar. So he decided to write a song about it. And it was basically United Airlines sucks, and I'm naming everybody that's crap. And he plays this video, and it became a #1 chart topper on YouTube. And it was so bad that the company at United was saying, will you please take it down? And YouTube's like, are you kidding? We're getting hits. And he finally had the United coming up to him, and they say, we'll buy you a new guitar. And he's like, but you got to take the video down. He's like, you know what? I'm selling records now, and I've sold enough records to buy my new guitar, so I'm just going to leave it up. And then he made 2 or 3 more videos. And I'm not saying it's directly correlated, but if you look at the uptrend of that video, you can also see the downtrend of United stocks. I'm just saying.
It's funny because somebody just messaged me. It's so true. I have a Toro lawnmower.
Hey, Ray, round 2 is starting right now. Toro's like, not Ray again, no. Yeah. But,
we can combine it with like Omega and Toro sucks.
yeah, we could try to destroy our Omega blower bounce house with a lawnmower, and then the lawnmower quits right before we try to destroy it.
There you go.
And we're like saved by Toro.
Like Anna French.
But you know those are some extreme examples. But video works, man. Video gets people noticed. Video gives you authority. That musician could have been lying. He would have been sued, but he could have been lying, and it still took off because he put it on video, and it had more authority. His movie on video had more authority than United Airlines, which is a Fortune 500 NASDAQ traded company. So, you know, again, that's a classic example of democratization. The little guy can be bigger than the big guy if he just applies himself. So, you know, I'm a big fan of paying for it. I'm a big fan of doing it yourself. But what I'm not a fan of is you not doing it and making excuses. So either do it yourself or pay Ray to do it.
And that we can agree on.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. See? I'm not. But so, you know, you can end the video now. I've said my piece about Ray.
I don't know. Maybe I want to go for another half hour.
Go.
I don't know. What like, listen, so seriously though, like put some questions in here right now, everybody, because we're really serious about, like, if you got anything you want to know, like how, like, what's the onboarding process like you said, it depends what you have. The more work, the less you have, the more work we have to do. The more you have, the easier and faster it goes. How fast is a video rank? I've seen it happen in minutes.
Oh yeah, it can. You know, and the big thing is you're dealing with Google. There's no way to predict things a lot of times, and there's a lot of people that say they can predict it, and really they're just, you know, they're doing it X amount of times out of 100 and saying they can do it every time. But it can happen. You know, we've seen where little things make such a big difference. I remember I had created a video for a product, and after a week, it wasn't showing up on YouTube, or it wasn't showing up on Google at all. I'm like, how is this possible? This video should be, and it was one little thing that I normally do, because I've got steps. This is what I do. If I want to get a video to rank well, these are the steps I follow. And I didn't follow one of the steps, and I didn't realize that I'd skipped one of the steps. And I did that step, and literally 2 minutes later, it was on top of page 1 of Google, not YouTube, of Google. Number 1 on top of Google. And it wasn't even there 5 minutes earlier. And it was just because of that one little step. So there's a lot of things that go into that, but it can happen. Do videos show up on page 1 as much as they used to? I would say no. They tend to not show up as often as they used to. It used to be pretty, I don't want to say easy, but it was definitely a lot more consistent. But you can still do it. If you put in all the effort and you put in all the different steps that can make a difference to that video, you got a really good chance of getting it to show up on top of Google. And if it doesn't, it's still going to show up at the top of YouTube. And what people don't realize is YouTube is the number 2 most searched search engine in the world. It's bigger than Bing. It's bigger than Amazon search. You got Google and you got YouTube. Those are the 1 and 2 biggest search engines. So if you show up there, you're going to do well.
I'm glad you said that, Ray, because that's the thing. If you ask people what YouTube is, they'll tell you it's a video site, and they could not be more wrong. YouTube is not a video site. YouTube is a search engine. Plain and simple, that's all they've ever been. They just specialize in video as a search engine, but they are not a video site. And when you understand that fact, that YouTube is a search engine, and then you go, wow, okay, I got a different perspective. Now I'll bake your noodle a little more. Not only is YouTube the number 2 search engine out there, but YouTube is the only search engine that's preferred by the number 1 search engine, Google. So literally, the 1 and 2, second one is preferred by the first one. So those 2 together, you must do together. You must realize, and so you're not doing video on YouTube because you want video. You're doing SEO work by doing video.
And that's only half the battle too. Like, if you put a crappy video out there, you put all the SEO behind in the world, and nobody's gonna watch it because it sucks.
Yep. And we just had a good question that popped up down below. I wanted to jump in there. It says, can you get a video filmed on iPhone onto Hulu? And the answer is you definitely can. Now, if that video was just you walking around and it's all shaky, are they going to put it on there? They might reject it. But if you do it properly, absolutely. Rolls-Royce, or was Rolls-Royce or Bentley? Is the Rolls-Royce or Bentley, which I think is actually the same company anyway. But they shot their commercials with an iPhone 5 back in the day, and they edited the commercials on an iPad. So they literally shot this commercial for $150,000 vehicles with iPhone 5s, and those are the commercials that ran on TV and everything. So absolutely you can. This is better than a commercial, a high-end, video camera from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely can. You need good lighting. You want to have good audio. You want to put it on a tripod just like you would with any big camera, but you can get an amazing picture out of that. So you absolutely can do that. And there's some value to, some other things too. There are definitely videos out there that we see that are, handheld and whatnot, especially YouTube ads. You see it all the time. And it's done on purpose, where it's literally a shaky video of a guy talking into his phone on purpose. Would they put that on Hulu if it was 30 seconds? Maybe. I'd have to really test in the waters and see what they would reject. But the big thing for them is the actual output of the final video is a big part of it. It needs to be a certain bit rate, all of that kind of stuff. It needs to be a certain resolution, a certain bit rate. So there are some games you can play and see what you can get away with. If it's a shaky handheld iPhone video and it fits all the technical specs, would it get on there? It might. It might still get on there. Or they may say, no, I'm putting that on there. But we won't know until we try it at some point. But definitely, if you're using your smartphone and using it properly to shoot a video, absolutely. They would never know the difference between, whether that's an iPhone or a fancy, $30,000 red camera. There's no way for them to really know, because the end video is going to be a certain format. And so both of them are going to, go down to that format so that they can put it out. So it would be interesting to see what they would say with some of that stuff. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. No doubt about it.
There's another topic I want to say that the comment here reminded me of. I hear the misnomer all the time. I want to make a viral video. Okay, first of all, that is garbage. No one has ever made a video intentionally out of the door, a viral video. The ones that went viral were probably the 30th or 40th video made by that person. And for whatever reason, it went nuts.
Everybody thinks they're going to, some people who think they're going to do viral, and those are people that absolutely won't probably do.
Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this. If you're a bounce house owner, why would you want to go viral?
Right.
If people in Alaska love your video, that doesn't bring any business.
Exactly. That's why I want to bring it up, is this whole thing of, I got to go viral. It's like this big thing. No, it's not. I mean, William Hung went viral from his, song that he sang on American Idol.
Yeah.
He went viral because it was horrible. It was so bad. It was good. That was it, right?
Double rainbow, baby.
Yeah, double rainbow, right? It didn't really do him any good. But, it went viral. But you don't have to go viral. You don't even have to be even mildly viral. All you have to do is communicate to your customer.
Well, think about it. If you've got, Mike, you do bounce, Bob, you do your bounce houses throughout the Salt Lake area and Layton and Bountiful and all that. How are you going to possibly get millions of views for a bounce house video in an area where the entire state only has 2 million people, and you don't even cover the whole entire state?
Right.
It's not even realistic.
Right. And for those that are watching, yes, I'm putting Bob Sparkles here. My actual name is Michael Waters. I don't mean to confuse people.
He's already said his name a few times. Don't
yeah, so don't worry about it. For people that want to know, Bob Sparkles has increased my wedding revenue by about 40%. So my name is now Bob Sparkles. I tried a couple of different name changes, and Bob Sparkles consistently, when I run my ads, gets me a better name.
I might just change my name to Bob Sparkles too.
I'm just saying.
Well, we're both Bob Sparkles. Are you okay with that, Bob Sparkles?
I'm okay with that because, you
mean you're okay with that, Bob Sparkles, right?
Right.
Bob Sparkles.
So the thing is when you run a Facebook ad, it tells the name of the person who ran the ad, and it says Bob Sparkles ran an ad, and automatically when you see the name Bob Sparkles, you're ready to get blown away and excited. And here it is, bounce houses. And so I asked one of my kids what they liked about bouncy houses, and they say they're new and sparkling.
Okay. Corny Carnies that's his Facebook. I don't even think I know his real name, dude.
Right.
Like I've heard it like 5 times, but it's not Corny.
So just realize, guys, you're not really talking to Bob Sparkles, but I don't mind. I'll answer to it because in advertising, every little thing matters. Every little thing matters. And I automatically know when I get a call on our phone number and they say, I talked to Bob on Facebook. We already know it was on Facebook because on KSL, which is another advertising platform, I use a different name. So I automatically know when people are calling up asking for Bob, that's a Facebook ad. So, all those little things that we do to track advertising is very good. So, anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there because Ray kept slipping up, and it's okay because my name's not really Bob Sparkles. But at the rate my business is growing, I might change my name now officially.
I'm going to change mine to Jimmy Sprinkles.
Well, actually, Ray, your last name's not the video guy.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, you got the name the video guy because everyone kept calling you that.
That's it.
So what my question is like, we're going to drop a link in a group here like tomorrow or something so they can reach you and start putting their information if they're interested in these services or.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll put a link in, and what we'll do with that, because I hate the idea of, just here's a link, go in and buy this or whatever. We don't do that.
No.
What we do is we set you up with an appointment where we meet with you and talk to you about this.
Yep.
So, and the great thing is, because you watched this video, all the stuff that I'm going to talk about in that presentation. So that means when we meet together, it's specifically to get you set up. So it won't be, this hour-long presentation where I go, and then we create these videos and all that, because you've seen that now. You know what we're talking about. And what I'll do is I will put together, I'll even share some of the videos that we do, and we'll put the link to be able to set up an appointment. And if you want to set up an appointment with us, we'll get you in there. And
yeah, we're going to definitely do like a promo video for this that's a lot shorter, like we said, as short as possible, but as long as it needs to be. So we're definitely doing that too, because this is a live stream. This isn't made to talk to you guys. You can still ask questions, but we're going to try and get out of here soon. But
real quick, there is a question that was asked that we missed, and it was asked by a user. Where are each of you located?
Yep.
I'm located in Salt Lake City, Utah, Mormon capital of the world. And Justin could not be in a more opposite location to Utah.
I'm Buffalo.
Sure he could. He could be from Rhode Island, where I'm from.
Okay.
Good old Buffalo, New York.
And so
Rhode Island's weird.
Rhode Island's like 90% Catholic, so it's like the exact opposite of Utah.
Yeah, exactly.
90% Mormon. So, true story. Justin came to Utah and tried to buy a beer, and we had adventures in that.
Yeah,
so,
we literally had to go to different places. They sell normal beer in the gas stations, but I told him I drink these, which are 7.2s. So he's like, "Oh, you got to go to the state liquor store to get beer." So I go there, and they just have this wild beer and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, "Why? This is going on?" And I'm like, I went to a normal gas station. I'm like, "Dude, they have I could just get a Corona."
Yeah, super weak. So, anyways, so to answer that question, where y'all located, it is important to know that, because in my market in Utah, I'm dealing with a highly conservative group of people. I can't even get away with the liquor license doing the bouncy houses or anything like that.
Oh, I was there on Sunday. Like
It
the
shuts
whole
down.
place doesn't move.
So what'll people, if people look at my ads, they'll see that I always give my customers Sunday for free. It's just one of the things I do. It's not because I'm trying to undercut my business. It's because Utah shuts down on Sunday. They just shut down. So I just say, you know what? If you rent on Saturday, you get Sunday for free, and my customers like that. But that's it. That's a thing to the market. That's to the market I'm in. And then you look at Justin, he's in Buffalo, New York, and if you listen to Justin talk, you can tell he's in New York.
Slinging them.
Yeah. So
Flipping them.
that's a good question because we are in different areas and they all have different markets. In Utah, you know what? I rent bouncers until mid-June. And then after June, I can't rent bouncers. It's only water slides because it gets so ridiculously hot here. It'll go up in the hundreds, and the water slides at that point are going out every day, and I'm getting whatever I want for them. And then as soon as August comes in, it's back to bouncers and the water slides go away. So your market is different. So, I appreciate that question. So realize
I'm outside of Atlanta.
Right.
40 minutes outside of Atlanta, but outside of Atlanta.
Right. So realize when you ask me, when I'm responding to a question on Party Rental Knowledge, I'm answering it from my experience based on my Utah market. Justin's answering his from his New York market. And that's why Justin is not always right and doesn't agree with me. It's just that simple.
And that's one of the reasons we're creating the freaking resource so that we can put all this information on certain stuff. So yeah, we give the base information that's pretty much the same as always, but then just input from other people around it and actually organize so that you don't have to go use the search bar or all that stuff. And that gives me, like, if you've seen I was distracted earlier, there's a bunch of drama in the group and people want me to moderate it more. And listen, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm 26 years old. I am not a judge. Like, I have a party rental company. Like, I try my best to give it like a safe space for everybody to be able to like say whatever they want. When you start like cussing each other and getting crazy, it's like I can't do nothing. But I don't even want to delete the post because I feel like the internet's a real life. Okay, so if I just delete it, it just lets it continue. So somebody can go back and read what you said because those words, they read it once. The words carry on. So this is all that's like in my mind because I try to be like a fair person. But I also have been told that I'm starting to create the group where people like to fight in and all that stuff. And this is a place for knowledge and learning, and it's starting to get a little bit old when a 26-year-old kid, who I think is one of the younger people in the crew and out here, has to tell you guys to settle down. And don't give me that stuff because I do some wild stuff too. But I got my own problems, and I try not to do like I don't do what you guys do whatsoever. Like, you know what I mean? I try to keep it to people's inboxes. That's my problem. So, you know what I mean? Do that because I can deal with that. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to have to be judge, jury, executioner, or look like a bad guy. I'm not here to please everybody either. But I'm really here to try and help the masses. So, like, for my sanity, like,
can't we all just get along?
Yeah, can't we all be friends?
So I did talk to Justin about this, and I'll mention it really quick. I won't go too long on this topic, but I just want to say I told Justin I don't believe that we should be moderating much of this unless it gets really out of hand, because we do want you to know that whatever you say in here is listened to. The minute we start kicking people out and start controlling what people say, people will go somewhere else. We want people to know that we're not pulling punches, we're not holding back or doing stuff. And there's a sincerity and honesty about that we're going to do. Sometimes there's going to be fighting. I have two kids at home that get along really good. And then, one they get in a disagreement and they hate each other and they're trying to kill each other. So, let us all love one another and realize we're in the same fight.
I don't even kick people out either. I end up like muting people for like a month or whatever, and then I let them back. I muted them like a week later.
Well, I kicked the lady out that asked me if my car warranty needed extending. But
yeah, like, listen, and I like, how do I know this person isn't fake? I try to, like, if it straight up says Guangzhou, China, or whatever, what it is, like, I already know. Like, you're some person trying to sell. Like, it's just. You're not trying to rent inflatable. That's where they make all the stuff, make all the inflatables, and they'll just get everybody's inbox and start going to groups. So it's like, and you call that whatever it wants. Like, I even like people from Taiwan and all kinds of stuff in the group. Like we have a very big demographic. There's people in the Philippines. There's lots of people that do rentals in the Philippines. We have people in Australia. This is a huge reach, and I really like that. Like I don't want to be just like, I think English speaking, because you know what I mean. You can't really get around that too much, but yeah, it's free for everybody, dude. Especially if you're a party rental company. If you're trying to rent stuff, there's people in Africa. Like I'm down. You know what I mean? I'm down. I don't care. Some people are even mad at the group because we teach too many little people, and it's like Gary Vee says, man. Like the internet doesn't create problems; it just highlights them and shows them and brings them to light. Like this issue has been here. There's already been a million people trying to get into the industry. Like the problem is they just do whatever they want and they have no guidance. You don't know how many people I've seen through the group go from Walmart bounce house to leisure activities or Jump Orange or something decent.
Well, I'll jump in there right now, and I'll tell you what, I'd rather have an educated competitor, because then they're not the a-hole who's renting out a bouncer for $65, and I want to go to their house and punch them in the face and say, quit undercutting the industry. I emailed one the other day, and I invited him to go and join Party Rental Knowledge, and I said, you need to stop with your $85 rentals. I rent mine out for $200 to $275. I get it all day long. If you want to undercut me by $5, because you're not doing yourself any favors, and I'm certainly not feeling the hurt, because I'll show you my orders, and I'm not feeling the hurt. And he actually responded back very nicely. He's like, oh, you rent that many for that amount of money? And I'm like, yeah, so quit renting for it. And so he actually sent me this nice message saying, gosh, thank you for telling me I don't need to charge $85. And I'm looking on Facebook, and his prices have been progressively climbing. That makes me better.
Same thing here. And everybody's like, oh, will you teach somebody local? I'm like, yeah. Like that's who I'm going to call if I need 20 extra tables or chairs. Like,
right. So this guy actually raised his price now. Now he's up to $150. And I sent him another message. Hey, you're doing great. Keep raising them. Because he's like, he doesn't believe me, but his sales aren't slowing and his prices are going up. And I can guarantee he's getting less and less of those customers that let the dogs play on it when he does that. So
yeah, or don't clean up the dog poop.
Right. So, you know, I'm grateful for the group, because that's what it means to me. So don't get mad at us for teaching other people how to do it, because we're teaching them how to beat competition of a different kind. I'd rather have 100 guys around me in my state that are all charging about what I charge. I love that. I'll do more business. I'll do a lot more business, because everyone's going to think, oh, I guess that's worth it.
Yep.
So, yep.
You shouldn't be competing at price, especially lowering the prices in an area. That's a no-win situation for everybody, because it devalues like what we are doing.
So
if you do things right, people will want to buy from you no matter what price you're set at, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
the old adage.
Right. I mean, if price was all about it, McDonald's would be the only restaurant in town. But there's every other burger restaurant charges more than McDonald's. So, and they do.
Five Guys, like $8 for a burger.
Yeah.
Decent burger though.
Oh, phenomenal burger. Back when I had a stomach, I could. Yeah. Anyways, so we've gotten off topic, Ray. We're not on video anymore, but we can end.
That's
now.
okay.
I just love the conversation, and I love it because, Ray, you're in that retail model in the entertainment industry, and you know what I'm talking about. Don't underprice yourself. There's no reason to.
I'll tell you this, just to put that in perspective. We are the highest price escape room in the state of Georgia, at least as far as I know.
Thank you.
And our biggest competition, and by the way, to me, in the escape room industry, it's a totally different type of industry. I don't have competition. And I'll tell you why I don't have competition. Because we've got 6 rooms here. And if you are a client, you come in and you do all 6 rooms, I would love to have you come and do them again. But guess what? You're probably not going to. So feel free, go to the competition. Because I'm hoping that the competition will send their people to come play me once they're done down there. You know? And I'll tell you, you can compete against these big boys. We've got down in beautiful Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is much closer to Atlanta than we are. that is a pretty touristy area. A lot of people come there to see Stone Mountain. They've got motels and hotels there, and people come and they stay. Well, there is a company that is nationally known for their haunted houses. So at Halloween, they do millions of dollars in the haunted house industry. Well, when escape rooms came along, they jumped into the escape room industry. They've got 3 really good escape rooms in there, and they charge less than we do. And we're much smaller than they are as a company. And here's the kicker with that. We get people all the time. If it's a weekend and it starts raining, we'll get people that will book last minute, and they'll come up, play an escape room, and they'll tell us, oh, we were down in Stone Mountain and it started raining, so we didn't want to hike up the mountain, and so we came up here to do an escape room. Well, you could have gone to the $1 million escape room 5 minutes down the road from where you were. Drove 20 minutes to come to me because when you searched, we're the ones who showed up, not them. And they've got millions to play with. So you can beat those bigger guys and be more expensive.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not vastly more expensive. I mean, I think they're $28 and we're $30 right now. But, still, it's more.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm only $5 on most of my stuff. Like $25 on my water slides are the highest.
There you go.
Yeah, it was $475 instead of $500.
Yeah, so if you want to get upset that we're teaching people, realize we're teaching people to be good competition, not bad competition. And by the way, this is a factor that you may not be aware of. If you want to open up a restaurant, do you know where your highest percentage of success is? Next to another restaurant. That's why every time you see one restaurant go up, you'll see 5 within 3 years pop up there. And they all do better together. So I really think this industry is the same way.
If you're afraid of other people coming up and learning, it sounds like you're not doing video.
Ooh, he takes it back.
Segue.
If you didn't know, I like marketing.
Me too. I've been accused of buying escape rooms just so I can use all my marketing stuff on a business that doesn't tell me no. And sadly, that is kind of true.
I love it. This is the same thing. I can't stop. I spend so much money in marketing, but then I love dual content. I keep trying to tell myself, like, be the king of the dual content, because if you're doing this is the way I see it. If you are doing things duality or dually, so then they have dual purposes, you are not working twice as hard, but you're freaking accomplishing twice as much with the same level. Do you see what I'm saying? So now You don't have to work twice as hard because you're accomplishing twice as much, because it does 2 things at once.
And I can tell you, speaking of that dual content, when it comes to, here we go, here's the right back. When it comes to things like video, it's very easy to multi-purpose what you're doing. You take a video, let's say you create a video for, we'll take the Bob Sparkles model here, because I understand, I used to live near Bob. That's why I know him so well. I understand that market pretty well. So let's say he wants to hit Ogden, Utah, and he wants to hit Salt Lake, Utah, and he wants to hit Layton, Utah, which are kind of like 3 of the bigger areas over there. You could take that same video, make one video, make minor little changes, and make it the Layton video, and then make it the Ogden video. And now you got 3 things going on. You took 2 minutes to make tiny changes, marketed it to those individual locations, and you got 3 pieces of unique content, which the only thing unique about it is you changed the word Salt Lake City to Layton or to Ogden, and you've tripled what you've done without having to do much. Now you can take what you did there, turn it into audio content, turn it into articles, and now you've got videos, you got articles, you got audio. If you want to do a podcast, do it on live video like we're doing here. Do your podcast, and now at the end of the podcast, you've got video that you can rank on YouTube as well. Anytime you can multi-purpose what you're doing, it's going to make a big difference. Do it. Got quiet in here. Bob Sparkles is muted.
No, thank you, Ray. That was a good way to put towards a period at the end of the sentence. It really is the simple content, just changing one word can market. And I do market to the different cities. I do send a message to Ogden and send a message to Salt Lake. send a message to Provo, 3 different markets. And the message varies just slightly, but it's 3 separate messages nonetheless.
Yep.
So,
And that goes the same for your emails can be turned into blog posts, so there's all those different types of things that you can do. You can multi-purpose many, many things. It's not just, it's not just your videos like that. You can multi-purpose almost anything.
perfect.
Get a lot more out of it.
All right. Well, I'm good for the night. Are you good, Ray?
I'm good.
All right, Justin. I'm going to sign off for the night.
Bye, everybody. Hope you love the 2-hour live stream. There's a bunch of information there. We're going to do, like I said, we're going to do another promo. If you haven't seen this, we're going to do a promo like this. Ready? We're going to do a promo like that in a group just to show some more video skills of Ray's.
Woo!
And we're going to pretty much sell you some video stuff. Go ahead. I'm telling you, this is everybody's selling SEO. This is the enhancement to all SEO.
Ray's going to put the link below, and we'll get the link afterwards, and then we'll pump it up when it comes out. And then even if you don't buy the product from it, always tag Ray if you got a question.
Yeah, he's still going to be here doing videos. Like I said, we're still going to be doing videos in the group for free knowledge. You want to do it all on yourself. He's got his own channel. If you want to learn and do all that stuff yourself too.
If you want the YouTube evaluation, just let me know. I'll be glad to do it. If you want to meet with me and we can discuss some of the options and things that you might need done, I will get on a phone call with you and do that.
Exactly.
Might take me 3 weeks to be able to do it, but no, I'm just kidding. But seems that way sometimes lately.
Yeah, it is the busy season, so you know what I mean. We're not going to take 1 million clients here, so we're going to be realistic with all of you. We're not going to take 1,000 clients, but we're definitely interested in some people. Whoever, it doesn't have to be a big fish. We're going to make you a big fish if you're a small fish. I don't really care. We're accepting big fish too. So many fishes. Everybody done?
Yep, I'm done.
I think so.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe, everybody. You probably are if you've already been through this bit long in the video. Oh, what's up, little man? He snuck in there at the end.
He did. Jumped in there.
I know. But I don't know. I feel like going 13 minutes without Bob now. I'm just kidding. See you, everybody. Have a good one.
See you guys.